Hi, welcome back to engVid.com. I'm Adam. Today's lesson is about phrasal verbs using the verb carry. And again, phrasal verbs are verbs plus a preposition that together means something else than the two words themselves. Now, I know you've seen many of these phrasal verb lessons. Don't worry, I think we're almost done because I've gone through most of them. Carry. Usually you carry a basket, you carry a child, you move something in your arms, you carry it, right? So most of these have to do with that idea of carrying something. The most common of these is carry on, okay? What does it mean to carry on? A few meanings. One is to continue. So my staff is having a meeting and I say, oh, sorry to interrupt everyone, but I need to make an announcement. I make an announcement, everybody understands? Yes? Okay, carry on. Continue, okay? It could also mean to continue something that's been going on for a long time. So for example, Jimmy wants to carry on his father's tradition of having a barbecue every Sunday with the whole family. So to keep something going, like a tradition, a custom, etc. Carry on with is a little bit different. Actually, it's quite different. When you carry on with someone, it usually means you're flirting. Now, I'm not sure if you know this word, to flirt. To flirt means to have some fun with somebody of the opposite sex. Or it could mean to have an actual affair. To have an affair with someone, to carry on with someone. Now, there's quite a few differences between British English and American English. In the British English, carry on can also mean to talk and talk and talk and talk, usually complaining about something. Oh, stop carrying on about that. We don't care anymore. In American English, it would just be go on. Stop. Oh, you're going on and on about this. Just forget it. Let it go. Move on. Continue. Okay, so British American, slightly different. Carry over. Carry over, it could mean carry something from here over to here, physically, but it could also mean to move something to another time, another place. For example, the meeting we had too many things to speak about. We didn't finish everything on time, so we will carry it over to tomorrow. Tomorrow we will start again and finish what we need to do. So carry over, move to a different time, place, position. Carry back. Sometimes, I'm driving in my car and I turn on the radio and I hear this song and it just carries me back to when I was a teenager and in high school and I was just having fun. So carry back means sort of like a remind, but more in terms of nostalgia. Nostalgia. It just takes you back, carries you back to another time and place, a different mindset, etc. Carry around. So if I have a baby, I could put on my little pouch thing on my back, put my baby on the back, and carry it around as I go for a little walk. So you can, again, physically carry something around, but you can also carry around baggage, emotional baggage. So for example, if you feel very, very guilty about something you did or something that happened, you can carry that guilt around with you for your whole life. It's like a weight on your shoulders and you're carrying it around even though it's just inside your head. Okay, so that person is carrying around too much baggage, emotional baggage. Carry off means to complete something successfully. So I had a big presentation at work and after the presentation, my boss comes up to me and goes, you carried that off great, good job, right? I did it, I finished it, successful, everybody was happy. Carry off also means to take away, okay? I picked her up and carried her off into the sunset, my darling, whoever she might be. Out, carry out, basically means to do, or more correctly is to perform. You carry out a task, okay? You do something. If the boss asks you to do something and he wants you to carry it out as soon as possible, okay? In British English, carry out is the same as American take out. So you go to a restaurant, you order your food and carry out, to go. Carry forward is similar to carry over, except that we're not moving a meeting or something like that to another time and place. We're taking something to a future time and we're using it in a different scenario. So for example, if you're doing your taxes at the end of the year, and certain parts of your tax return you don't want to include in this year's accounts, so you carry it forward. You move it to the following year, okay? And you do it in the next tax year. So you can carry the numbers. Usually when we talk about calculations, we could use this expression. Move it to another time in the future and use it in that context. Now, here we have carried away. Now, I put it separately because you'll notice that carried away, it's actually not a verb here. We're using this more like an adjective with a preposition. It's still technically a verb. He was carried away. It's more like a passive, but again, we're using it like an adjective. So to be carried away, means to lose self-control or even to exaggerate. So I was telling my friends about my trip to the islands. I went to the islands, I did a little swimming, a little suntanning, and I start telling the story and I get all excited. And I tell them all this story and I'm going on and on about this and that. And you see how fast I'm talking now because I'm so excited, I don't know what to do. I'm getting carried away. I'm letting my emotions control my speech. So I lose control of my emotions. I get too excited and I speak too fast, speak too much. People get a little bit annoyed. If you get carried away, you're exaggerating. It means you're making something small, you're actually making it very big, more than it ought to be. Okay, so I hope these are pretty clear right now. If you want to test your knowledge of them, go to engVid.com. There's a quiz there. You can do that. You can also ask me questions in the forum. Of course, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and see you again soon. Bye.